Letitia Viana, and sincerely she's going to get support there from Diana Chirikotesha from Zambia, and Miriam Chidat, obviously trying to ensure that this game is going to be that decent for both sides. And so you'll be pretty much worried with the setup there for Botswana side, indeed having to make sure that they also stop the runs in midfield of the Nigerians and ensuring they're able to execute almost every chance that they have. The VAR room will be pretty much busy. Samir Quest from Morocco and Zakaria also there, and you've seen a lot of the decisions really coming in from the VAR room. But interesting changes there for the Nigerians, and so Chiamaka comes in to take her place after sitting out on suspension, and so she will be in post today with Cicero Shola unable to recover from her medial ligament damage in her knee against South Africa, forcing her out of the competition prematurely. It means that Russian-based Francesca Ordega takes her place, while Ngozi Okobi takes over from Megan Plumtree, who didn't even make the cut in the starting 11.
Quite evident to note is Nadozi just coming in there, goalkeeper who I think will give that back four a bit of confidence, which is marshalled by Ebi. But of course, in that central midfield, the experience of Rita will come in handy today, just orchestrating that midfield, getting crucial passes to the likes of Odega, Ajibade as well on the right. But Onomonu today gets an opportunity to start as a number 9.
It'll be interesting in terms of Nigerians' lineup today. They go with a 4-1-2-3 formation, which means that Yinde will sit in front of the back four, with Okobi and Chukwelu also playing just behind the front three. Ajibade will be operating from the wide right, and of course you have Odega on the wide left, and Onomenu sitting right in front.
Onomunu gets an opportunity, just obviously not easy to fill in the big shoes of Oshawala, who is now out of the tournament through injury, but of course an opportunity for her to help the Super Falcons this evening in registering more goals. Of course, the speed of Odega will come in handy today as Rita looks to get those clear-cut passes and creating those opportunities in the final third.
Absolutely. So the Swazi official, interestingly, I was in the same flight with a referee from Ghana to Morocco, and very calm and talking about this game, and she really is one very important referee with a FIFA badge in Swaziland, and one of the few female referees in that side of town. And so this is the game that you obviously are looking for. Wounded, desperate, and needing recovery and redemption. After the case of the defending champions, the Super Falcons in Group A, it's now time for them to prepare for a judgment against Botswana, and hoping for a smooth sailing trial with the sovereignty of making sure that victory stays for them alive here. And for them, they need to save their reputation in this competition, the Super Falcons. A lot to be very much calm at the back. One area they have struggled. Interestingly, Odega here on the wide left, only to use speed up there. But the interesting swapping of position for the Nigerians, having Payne, who did play a little bit wide on the left in the first game, going into left back position today, allowing Odega to move wide left. It's pretty much a little bit interesting how the Nigerians really want to play.
I think they are obviously making their intentions quite clear this evening, that they really want to get onto the score sheet as much as possible, but dominate the game, play to their strengths as well, because we know Odega for a couple of years now in the Super Falcons team. She possesses great speed and great control, hoping to get the necessary passes, crosses as well for the number 9.
Expect a lot of balls coming in from this side and how they want to play in today's game, the Super Falcons of Nigeria. You're obviously going to have a resilient Mokochi in there at the right full back, and you still have Bernard and Municho, as well as Mochawe also at the right back possession. Of course, Selebacho and Tanda obviously looking at what they were able to produce against Burundi. It was an exciting performance indeed. Some of the goals that were scored, classic ones they were.
Exciting performance indeed, but they will be mindful of the kind of goals that they conceded. And the key battles that you will like to see this evening, the likes of Odega versus Mkhotsi, Ajibade as well on the flanks with Muchawe. And I think those two full-backs are not necessarily gifted with speed, but can Nigeria take or use that to their advantage?
Spine here picks up a very good position for Nigeria. Onomenu going in there looking for handball decision. Certainly, Letitia wouldn't really want to deal with it. Can you see how deep Pine she's moved in there? Obviously want to see the runs of Ajibade here, looking to find space and cutting in and getting the balls into very dangerous areas there. And she is one player who's pretty much dangerous. That should be a worrying situation there for Nklusanga there for Botswana.
the Atletico Madrid midfielder wants to use her experience as well, making sure that every time she gets down on that right flank, the ability to go 1v1 with the left full back, but also just cut in and get those cutbacks for oncoming midfielders like Rita to get on the edge of the box.
Sheila had to move straight to Barcelona to get treatment, and obviously you're going to see a lot of runs coming in from Tulakele, who was so instrumental in their win. It's going to be a huge clutch in there on the left winger for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, Odega. And Radi Barjum is speaking extensively about the threat the Bears of Botswana will be bringing into this particular game, but really much not perturbed in terms of his plan for today's game. Is believing that the team can recover and play their game. Well, the Nigerians are happy to have Chiamaka back in the setup because if you look at the experience she brings on the table, she really is one player. Back at the 2018 FIFA Under-20 World Cup, she played all 4 matches against Haiti. She received the Dare to Shine Player of the Match award for a good performance. And so coming to start this very important game will be a morale-boosting scenario for the Super Falcons. Corner kick advantage there for Nigeria. Just about 5 minutes already gone into this game, and they're just making their intentions clear. The decision, the defensive line there for the likes of Uncho. And Sidlami was also in spectacular form against Burundi, and so she has to be watching the runs there of Aloji there, the right full back for Nigeria, who's really lurking around and trying to see if she can bounce on some balls. Tisha here, showing everything is pretty much calm in the box, and so there wouldn't be any difficult moment for the side. And you have Chukwalu to effect his corner kick, a right-footed one, maybe to near pose or back pose, and allowing Sidlami to come in. Nigeria with a chance, and this time he's been whipped away. We're expecting that ball to have gone in from Ebi. Didn't quite direct the ball well, was cleared by the Bears of Botswana. They've really been pinned to the defensive line at the moment.
Nigeria just showing aggressive signs in these early opening stages of the game.
Good ball here. The money pulls through. Sidlami would have to deal with the situation calmly there for the side.
I think what Nigeria have really agreed upon is to really suffocate Botswana, force them back, and make sure that they don't drop that line of confrontation.
Is going and staying with a 2 defensive midfielder there, Slavacho and Thunder. I'm not too sure again what the game plan is. Just sitting right deep in front of the back four and only trying to get the ball to Radikanye, Mazasela in there. And there'll be a lot of pressure on Mazasela because she has to deal with the threats that will be coming in from the Nigerians, the likes of Anyinde, Okobi, and Chukwalu, who seem to now suffocating, like you just indicated there, of the Bears of Botswana. Again, they'll have to lose possession. Chukwalu picking it up here. The paces will be going in there for Nigeria. Ebi. Pretty much calm now. Anyinde. Nigeria not any threat at all. Maybe Zohali also doing well. This is coming through from Sevin Shetted. Oyedope. Pine. So Payne's therefore this is going wide, and this is the Nigerians that really would not be able to, or perhaps one of the things they want to try not to do is just lure the balls in very important places. Nicole Payne, 21 years of age, plays a club football for West Virginia Mountaineers.
Payne really doing well to drive the ball in the crucial areas in midfield, but again it's just that final pass from the Nigerians that really lets them down, especially when you've got speedy players like Odega on this left flank. It's just always about the weight of the pass.
Ebi. Nicole Payne. Lovely. The CSK Moscow Russian player there, Odega. Oh, she played a big part in the game against the South Africans. Expect a lot of influence from her game plan, isn't it? And this time she'll have to work hard. But Nang would have to also bring experience at the back in this game. She did actually play a part in the match against Burundi, but now she's facing a very physical and a very stubborn side in the Nigerians, whilst they have a set piece here to be affected there by the right fullback for the Super Falcons in the game, Michelle Chinwen Alozie. And there's always going to be some sort of a movement in the 18-yard box to the far post again. Nigeria looking to be very much dangerous here. And Abby again signaling to Letitia that it's going to be there's a corner kick in favor of the Super Falcons.
A well-floated ball into the 18-yard box, just right in the penalty area. And you would like to see the likes of Ebi get to the end of that using their height to their advantage.
Chikwelu here. Another ball to the box, and Sidlami this time makes it very simple for the Mesa Botswana. The safest pair of hands for the team, isn't it?
No, absolutely. With the kind of experience, that will definitely give them the confidence, knowing that they have a goalkeeper with her ability, goalkeeper from Mamelodi Sundowns, to really make sure that she gets to the end of those aerial duels.
Well, this showdown here marks the very first time both countries will be playing at international level. Nevertheless, Nigeria and Botswana go into the game with contrasting ambitions, while the Super Falcons are targeting the first win in Morocco. And Kusang's side needs a draw at least to qualify for the quarterfinal, and that is what they should be fighting for. I think there's been some predictions in the game already for the Mesa Botswana that, listen guys, you just need to have a draw, and that will seal your fate in the next round of the competition.
Surprisingly, though, enough is that they don't look like the team that wants to sit back. They are making sure that they are compact enough, dictating the pace, making sure that they get those crucial interceptions. But the Nigerians have to be mindful of the pace that Tolagele possess.
Kobe Bunang with a timely intervention there, preventing Okobi really to get a pass through Odega. And here she comes again in total control. Ngozi Ogobi, 28 years, plays a club football in Sweden, and now in control and trying to hit this one wide, and it's been blocked. Bunang really controlling things at the back.
I've played against Bunang.
You talked about her strength and her stability on the ground anytime she goes in for a tackle.
And I'm sure I've shared that she's had me on the ankles for a few times. But she shows such great leadership and commanding that back four, but also dishing out instructions to a midfield. And it will be important today that she makes sure that she gives the instructions to get the midfielders to tuck back in and deny those spaces that the Nigerians are looking to exploit.
Well, the Super Falcons have been business-like in the game. They have taken things deep into the Mesa Botswana, not allowing them a breathing space at all. That shows the intention in the game. They are looking to get at least the first goal to settle the nerves and also unsettle that of Botswana. And if they're able to do that, it really gives them the space and the pace for them to believe they can really get the win here. Qualifying to the next round of the competition is a crucial need for the Nigerians now, as they come in with the set piece and looking forward for Michelle Alozie to take that one for the side. She was raised in Apple Valley, California. Michelle Alozie gets the ball in again. It's been dealt with Lakele. She gets back to the defensive line to help the team. The Mesa Botswana here, now trying to find a space in. Kobe drops it down, and Chikwelu couldn't quite deal with the situation, as we've done over 10 minutes already in the first 45 minutes of the game. Well, back in June 2021, Nigeria did play a match against Jamaica where they lost by a goal to nil. It was a friendly match, and that was a game that Alozie made a debut for Nigeria in the 65th minute, and now she's really getting the full seniors here, slotting in as the left full back and playing a role as the defensive player, pretty much enjoying every bit of the moment given to her in this tournament, isn't it?
No, absolutely. It's always about seizing the moment, and with seizing the moment, you have to be present in the moment, and that's what gives you experience. And in what no better way but to test yourself among the best. But I think the matter at hand this evening is how you contribute towards your team's success.
Well, the talking point in the game was going to be Refiwe Tulakele, one of the players Nigerians need to find a way to stop. The 26-year-old forward was imperious against Burundi, showing speed, alertness, and fiery shot power. She scored 2 goals in that game. We did see that, and playing as the only lone ranger out front there, and that's a foul there on Onomenu here. And of course, some words there by Letitia on Moncho for that tackle.
The Nigerians need to really move the ball a lot quicker to avoid getting into those physical battles and those physical duels in midfield, because Botswana are definitely not lying down with this one. They want to take the challenge to the Nigerians, but of course it's all just about moving the ball from one side to the other, but quick enough and with great precision.
Well, the lady in charge of the set piece, Alozie, has attended Granite Hills High School in her hometown, the Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut, and the University of Tennessee. And she's here on the Wafcon and trying to get the ball in low. It was as a fall in the box, but in time to the advantage of the Bears of Botswana.
Botswana once again doing really well to clear their lines. I wonder if that was not a foul, but it's always just about clearing your lines. But quite disappointing from the Nigerians that they don't set themselves up in anticipation of the second ball, of which they can always maximize on.
Well, it's the game that the Mets of Botswana really have struggled to get themselves into the opposition half. They've really been stuck in midfield and haven't really been able to move the ball around themselves, and haven't drawn rings on the Nigerians. And there should be a problem there for Sedlami here. This physicality of the game tonight is really having a toll on some of the players of Botswana currently, because Nigeria is coming in full force.
The Nigerians, that's always their game. They're quite physical in their approach, but also the ability of their passing range, of which I would have expected probably a switch between Rita and Ayinde, just in that triangle of Nigeria in that midfield. I would have loved to see Rita being the one who is a sitter, because she has the range of passing. Maybe she might not have the speed enough anymore to go pound for pound up front, but she has the ability to read the game, the range of passing to locate the likes of Ajibade, Odega as well. But maybe the coach is thinking otherwise. But as soon as they are able to get much of that possession, rotate the ball, be a bit more patient, obviously they'll open up spaces. But it's always just looking at the channels behind the back four of Botswana.
Worrying situation there for Sedlami there, the Mamelodi Sundowns, and she won the CAF Champions League and Hollywood Bet Super League champion with the side, and she's definitely looking pretty much strained. And so they have Marilyn John, who did win the 2019 Kweneng League champion, nicknamed Monroe. She's also on the bench there. You see the 2 goalkeepers, Cheko Mweng, also around. So they've got some very much interesting players. And I was just talking about her and Lozier. She's pretty been busy in the game. She's been floating the balls in. Almost all the set pieces she's been allowed to take control of that.
I think against Burundi as well, she made some great runs on the flank just to add a bit of numbers up front, but also the one-on-one dribbles, she was quite brilliant. The crosses as well came in, but it's always just locating a teammate. I mean, you do all the good things, but the final pass has to be as precise. And I think that's where Nigeria are just lacking at this moment.
Just lacking that, and you talked about Randy here, the coach of the Nigerian side, and he's really looking, it's been pressure on him to pick up a win in the game, isn't it? You don't want to be in his shoes, would you?
These pressured situations or these pressured moments, I think the coaches always anticipate some of them, and hence the changes that he has made, and he's hoping that the changes could be quite influential in contributing to Nigeria bagging their first maximum points in this group.
Defending champions need to really have their reputation intact. They've won the tournament 9 times, and they are the team to beat here. But South Africans really showing the way. Ajibade looking for a return of the ball. Yes, she did get that, but it was really pushed pretty much wide. Onomenu couldn't really do what Ajibade was looking for, and so the centre forward, who's expected to do a lot of work there, Ifeoma, who's playing a club football in Gotham FC in the US, 28 years as well. And so interesting, she is one player who there lots was expected from her in the competition, isn't it?
A lot is expected from her indeed, and it's always good to have a star-studded team with international experience. But I've always wondered if that does not disrupt the momentum of the flow, because you have to build a team for years so that you get that telepathic understanding, of which I feel the Nigerians are lacking at this moment. But as opposed to Botswana, they look like a team that have been building for years, and they understand each other. They have their understanding up front, with Tolagele leading from the front.
Well, the Onumenu really has a lot of games under her belt. She played for Boston Breakers, Portland Thorns, and also played for Rain FC, Gotham now, where she plays the club football. And she's actually represented Nigeria in the under-23 women's national team. Received the first call-up with the Nigerian team in 2021. Now leading the attack in the absence of Oshola Sisat. Nicole Payne. She played an advanced role against South Africa, and now she's sitting really deep in defense as a left full back and allowing Odega to move in. Okay, the tactical switch there should be looked at in terms of how Nigeria is able to move in with the attacking play.
And I think you can already see her ability with just the dribbles, that she's one of the offensive players. And I think to Nigeria's advantage, having someone in the back four like her who will be able to initiate those attacks, initiate the runs, is coming at a good time, I guess, in the absence of Megan, who is absent this evening.
Well, she talked about the performance in the first game against South Africa. Bonang here. She has a shepherding the ball away for a goal kick. Picked up a little bit of a knock there on an ankle, and Chukwuelu was trying to chase her out. And again,
the referee is demanding an apology.
Of course, from Okobi. So she simply have to give that to her. Ngozi Okobi was still not giving up on that occasion because she knew that she had to do something. Ngozi really played in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, in the 2010 FIFA Under-17 World Cup as well, and the 2012 FIFA Women's World Cup, with the Wafcon, nicknamed the younger Nigerian women's team she played for. There's quite a lot of players in this Nigerian side who really spent quality time at the juvenile level. And now Onumenu pulls through here, could be the first goal here, and the Super Falcons have gotten it. The American-based centre forward eventually finds the net for Nigeria, the second goal in the competition. They needed this goal, they have been waiting for it, and now it is certainly in there for Nigeria. They should be excited. Ifeoma Onumenu, 26 years, and she has certainly opened the floodgate for Nigeria. What a pass it was there for her, and she was able to just get the ball away, and she certainly knew what she was doing, and Nigeria can't afford to smile here.
Nigeria can afford to smile indeed. The Nigerians are breathing a sigh of relief. A great turn from the number 9, spinning off the defenders. And just looking at the goalkeeper positioning, just threading the ball through. And this is what you want to see from the Nigerians. They have to have precision with that final pass. A great finish.
Great pass also from Mayinde. And quite exciting for her. This is a good one. A fourth goal for the Super Falcons. Ifeoma Onumenu there. Moment to look out for, and time for her to smile as well. Back in 2017, she made 18 appearances there for Boston Breakers, and had 8 appearances there for Portland Thorns. She's made 24 appearances for her current club, Gotham Club in the US, and scored 8 goals for them. And this is going to be her 6th appearance for Nigeria and her 4th goal for them. It's a relief for Nigeria, isn't it?
It certainly is. And now it's just a matter of really taking control of the game. Game management yet again. Don't give away fouls, but also just maintain with the pressure, because just one goal is not enough. And we know the abilities of Botswana. We saw them against Burundi. So the threat is still there. If it is that they can double up, it'll be better. But as things stand now, you expect the experience of the Nigerians to come through. Come to the fork, make sure you dictate terms in that midfield, and really just drive and steer the game.
We're halfway into the first half already, and Halimatu Wanyinde, what a pass. She's really been able to give Nigeria an opportunity. She's really much controlling the midfield as well, and just the precise or the precision on the pass there, and Nigeria can afford to smile on that occasion. There seemed to be some bit of relief at the backline of Nigeria, some bit of comfort and comfortability in how they've been able to swing the passes around. Nico Payne. The back four, perhaps the fullbacks of Nigeria, they'll be pushing forward in attacking positions.
Payne has been doing really well to avail herself as an outlet in that back four. And I think it's expected that they now should start really pushing up. But obviously a bit of a worry for Botswana, who are now gradually dropping their line. Obviously the pressure is a bit too much, but I think for them, they should initiate the attack. They should be a bit more aggressive.
Well, you talked about the experiences of the Nigerian side in terms of their midfield, where you have Halimatu Anyinde. She was part of the Nigerian national team at the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup and the winning squad at the 2014 Africa Women's Championship. And she played at the 17 level as well and played at 20, made 6 appearances, scored 4 goals for them. Dega would have to get some harsh words there from Letitia from Swaziland.
Muchawa this evening is having a very tough time with those set pieces, but also the long ball. Quite to notice that Serilam is struggling with a bit of a groin injury, and we look forward to her now floating the ball into that 18-yard box.
Chiamaka would have an easy catch on that one. And Chiamaka back in 2019 was the youngest goalkeeper in the tournament, and she featured for Nigeria the World Cup.
And oh boy, did she have a fantastic World Cup experience.
You talk about the safest pairs of hands in the competition. Of course, she's going to be one of them. Also helped the Falconet to gold medal at the African Games in Morocco, saving 3 penalties in a shootout against Cameroon. That's why her inclusion in the game is applauded by Nigerians, because they know